But now we can go to reading. I left on chapter 8, right? So we're going to chapter 9. Let's look at our table of contents. Chapter 9 is the Queen of the Field Mice. That is chapter 9 that we are going to go to. I also didn't realize, or didn't notice that streaming audio, I left that on. The chill background music, or that's the energy playlist. I don't remember. I don't even know what it's playing actually right now. I would just put on YouTube music. It was just like started on my stream animation. My stream, I have 2 different playlists for streaming. I've got one for energy and one for chill. I think I was on the energy one. Let's switch to chill. Chill vibes. So we are on chapter 9, because we just did 8. And we've got what looks like a lynx-spotted cat chasing, it looks like another tiny cat or a mouse. No, it's a mouse because it's triangle shaped and it's got a crown. Still no delivery vehicle. I have been waiting on this delivery vehicle. It was supposed to show up at 2:45 and now it just says end of day. So I've got until like 8 o'clock is their end of day, but there ain't nothing. And my husband still ain't home. He ain't responded to none of my messages. I swear, he ignores my texts all the time, and it upsets me. But onward to this. I love these illuminated, like, intros to chapters. I love this. I want to see it in more things. We don't have it in a lot of things currently, but I love this. We cannot be far from the road of yellow brick now, remarked the Scarecrow, as he stood beside the girl. For we have come nearly as far as the river carried us away. The Tin Woodman was about to reply when he heard a low growl, and turning his head, which worked beautifully on hinges, he saw a strange beast come bounding over the grass toward them. It was indeed a great yellow wildcat, and the woodman thought it must be chasing something, for its ears were lying close to its head, and its mouth wide open, showing 2 rows of ugly teeth, while its red eyes glowed like balls of fire. As it came nearer, the Tin Woodman saw that running before the beast was a little gray field mouse, and although he had no heart, he knew it was wrong for the wildcat to try to kill such a pretty harmless creature. I mean, the wildcat is just trying to get itself some dinner. I don't see why we calling it a bad wildcat. But okay. We can do that. Oh, Ty, I turned your chow into a dragon. Because you've been here, you've been nice, you've been chatting, so you are no longer a robot. So the woodman raised his axe, and as the wildcat ran by, he gave it a quick blow that cut the beast's head clean off its body, and it rolled over at his feet in 2 pieces. Damn. He taking lives now. You cried so much over a beetle, you rested. I would like to remind you of that, Mr. Tin Man. The field mouse, now that it was freed from its enemy, stopped short, and coming slowly up to the woodman, it said, in its squeaky little voice, "Oh, thank you. Thank you ever so much for saving my life." Yep. And now you get to be a cute little twaggin' show. "Don't speak of it, I beg you," replied the woodman. "I have no heart, you know, so I am careful to help all those who may need a friend." "Even if it happens to be only a mouse." "Only a mouse!" cried the little animal indignantly. indignantly. That's what that word is. Ah. I can speak, I can read, I can understand words quite well. It's just sometimes my mouth, with its adorable, annoying speech impediment, does not know how to form said sounds. Why, I am a queen, the queen of all the field mice. Oh, indeed, said the woodman, making a bow. Therefore you have done a great deed, as well as a brave one, in saving my life, added the queen. At that moment, several mice were seen running up as fast as their little legs could carry them. And when they saw their queen, they exclaimed, "No, but that is a window. Why are we pawing at it?" My cat is pawing at stuff. He's also cute. But he's also a little devil. I do not know why he is pawing at my window. Let me move it to show you. My son. My beautiful son. I don't know why he's pawing at the window. He's just staring outside into the void. Enjoy him. At that moment, several mice were seen running up as fast as their little legs could carry them. And when they saw their queen, they exclaimed, "Oh, your majesty, we thought you would be killed. How did you manage to escape the great wildcat?" And they all bowed so low to the little queen that they almost stood upon their heads. This funny tin man, she answered, killed the wildcat and saved my life. So hereafter you all must all serve him and obey his slightest wish. Hi, do you want pets? Mama will pet. "We will," cried all the mice in a shrill chorus. And then they scampered in all directions, for Toto had awakened from his sleep, and seeing all these mice around him, he gave one bark of delight and jumped right into the middle of the group. Toto had always loved to chase mice when they lived in Kansas. I'm glad. I am very Southern. Well, I'm not super duper Southern, but I'm from Georgia. I've got a decent Southern accent. Toto had always loved to chase the mice when they lived in Kansas, and he saw no harm in it. But the Tin Woodman caught the dog in his arms and held him tight while he called to the mice, come back, Toto shall not hurt you." At this, the queen of the mice stuck her head out from underneath a clump of grass and asked in a timid voice, "Are you sure he won't bite it? Are you sure he will not bite us?" "I will not let him," said the Woodman, "so do not be afraid." One by one, the mice came creeping back, and Toto did not bark again, although he tried to get out of the Woodman's arms, and would have bitten him had he not known very well he was made of tin. Finally, one of the biggest mice spoke. "Is there anything we can do," it asked, "to repay you for saving the life of our queen?" My child has moved underneath my desk. Nova, please do not fuck with any of my wires. That's all I ask. You are a good cat. You are well-tempered. But you are also a brat. And I love you. What sentence was I on? I was reading about Toto. "Is there anything we can do, it asked, "to repay you for saving the life of our queen?" "Nothing that I know of," answered the Woodman, but the Scarecrow, who had been trying to think, but could not because his head was stuffed with straw, said quickly, "Oh, yes, you could save our friend, the Cowardly Lion, who is asleep in the poppy bed." "A lion!" cried the little queen. "Why, he would eat us all up." "Oh, no," declared the Scarecrow, "this lion is a coward." "Really?" asked the mice. "He says so himself," answered the Scarecrow, "and he would never hurt anyone who is our friend. If you will help us to save him, I promise that he shall treat you all with kindness." "Very well," said the queen. "We will trust you, but what shall we do?" Sorry, texting my dad back. Are there many of these mice which call you queen and are willing to obey you? Oh yes, there are thousands, she replied. Then send for them all to come here as soon as possible, and let each one bring a long piece of string. The queen turned to the mice that attended to her and told them to go at once and get all her people. As soon as they heard her orders, they ran away in every direction as fast as possible. Now, said the Scarecrow to the Tin Woodman, you must go to those trees by the riverside and make a truck that will carry the line. Nova, did you just bite me? Nova, Nova, why are we biting? Why are we biting? If we're gonna bite, you're gonna be held and quarantined. I'm not dealing with you, young man. I ain't dealing with your shenanigans and your tomfoolery and your foolishness. We are reading about field mice right now. I swear. I love this child. I do. I love him oh so much. He does not understand, nor does he know it. So you can all see my very upset child. Gaze upon him. He's being a brat. So now he must be held. Yes, Mama loves you. Mwah. And look, you can see yourself. So the woodman went at once to the trees and began to work, and he soon made a truck out of the limbs of trees, from which he chopped away all the leaves and branches. He fastened it together with wooden pegs and made the 4 wheels out of short pieces of a big tree trunk. Looking for that delivery truck, because I ain't checked in a minute. So fast and so well he did work that by the time the mice began to arrive, the truck was all ready for them. They came from all directions. I am in the wrong window. No, please be a good boy. I don't like fussing with you. You know Mama don't like fussing with you. You're supposed to be my good little baby. Why don't we want to be a good little baby? You're just like, I want to crawl around. I want to nip at you. Baby, it's cold. The house ain't even at 60 degrees. It's so cold. You just sit here and snuggle. Stands of them, the big mice and the little mice and the middle-sized mice, and each one brought a piece of string in his mouth. It was about this time that Dorothy woke from her long sleep and opened her eyes. She was greatly astonished to find herself lying upon the grass, with thousands of mice standing around and looking at her timidly. But the Scarecrow told her about everything. And turning to the dignified little mouse, he said, "Permit me to introduce you to Her Majesty, the Queen." Dorothy nodded gravely, and the Queen made a curtsy, after which she became quite friendly with the little girl. The Scarecrow and the Woodman now began to fasten the mice to the truck, using the strings they had brought. One end of a string was tied around the neck of each mouse, and the other end to the truck. Of course, the truck was 1,000 times bigger than any of the mice who were drawn to it, but when all the mice had been harnessed, they were able to pull it quite easily. Look at him. Big baby. Even the Scarecrow and the Tin Woodman could sit on it, and were drawn swiftly by their queer little horses to the place where the line lay asleep. After a great deal of hard work, for the line was heavy, they managed to get her up on the truck. Then the Queen hurriedly gave her people the order to start, for she feared if the mice stayed among the poppies too long, they would also fall asleep. At first, the little creatures, many though they were, could hardly stir the heavily loaded truck, but the Woodman and Scarecrow both pushed from behind, and they got a lot better. Soon they rolled the lion out of the poppy bed into the green fields, where he could breathe the sweet, fresh air again instead of the poisoning scent of the flower. All right, good night, Ty. You have a good evening. Nova, you want to say bye-bye? Nova says bye. He's being a little fussy, but he says bye. What sentence was that? Dorothy came to meet them and thanked the little mice warmly for saving her companion from death. She had grown so fond of the big lion, she was glad he had been rescued. When the mice were unharnessed from the truck and scampered away for the grass to their homes, the queen of the mice was the last one to leave. If you ever need us again, she said, come out into the field and call, and we shall hear you and come to your assistance. Goodbye. Goodbye, they all answered, and away the queen ran, while Dorothy held Toto tightly, lest he run after her and frighten her. Because Toto. My baby. And here we have our beautiful image for this chapter. We've got Dorothy waking up amongst all the field mice, the Tin Man, and the Scarecrow. Just explaining all the things to her. So I guess based off of this is a tree line, and this is the river that had swept them away earlier. But this is nice. I like... Oh, this is the queen right here, because she's got a little hat. She's got a little crown on her head. After this, they sat down beside the lion until he should awaken, and the Scarecrow brought Dorothy some fruit from a tree nearby, which she ate for her dinner. I think my cat is tired of being held, but he is also a brat, so. And here we have the cat, the axe, and the queen mouse. And based off the preview, I believe that is the end of chapter... Is this 9 or 10? Because that one's the next chapter. This was chapter 9. We have finished chapter 9. My cat is being a brat. It's mostly he's hyper. Go. You don't come over here nipping me no more. Otherwise, you get held for a duration of a chapter. But thank you all for being here, for enjoying The Wizard of Oz. I am recording these for later to send to a friend. I do it every chapter. I'm gonna put it back on my shoe. My house is cold. I'm still waiting on delivery drivers. So we've finished chapter 9.